Alright, so first of all, I didn't know that Infinix made earphones. I only thought they were only focused on making phones. I also noticed that they also make wristwatches, so maybe that is something I'm going to get into in the future. We'll see. Second thing is that I got these earphones because I thought they would end the cycle of earphones that are too painful to wear. Because while I was looking at the earphones on Jumia, it didn't look like they were made entirely out of plastic. In my head, they looked like they were made out of plastic and maybe covered by a silicone material. But after unboxing the earphones, I realized that okay, the cycle continues. I'm still going to have to go through all these pains. Well, these are the Infinix Buds Lite, and in this video, I'm going to be telling you about my experience after using them for a week. Since I've already started talking about how these earphones are not made out of rubber or a silicone material, I think it's best to talk about how comfortable they are. Well, I don't know if it's that I've trained my ears to the point where they can now handle earphones like this. Because any day I use these Infinix Buds Lite, the only painful part is wearing the earphones. After they're in my ears, I just need a few seconds and the pain is gone. I sometimes don't even feel them in my ears because they are very light. So for a first-time user, you're probably going to feel the pains while wearing the earphones. But for me, I guess I'm used to it at this point. I mean, I've used the Rift 2 and the FreePods Neo, so at this point, it's like my ears have given up. My ears know they'll be going through different earphones for some time, so it's best they adapt. Also, I did see this comment about the earphones not fitting in someone's ears. So I want to say if you have small ears, you might not be able to wear these earphones. But besides the fact that these earphones can be painful to wear, one thing that I like about them is that you can listen to music with them and hear what is going on around your environment. It is more natural, and those are the kind of earphones that I like. It's just unfortunate that I have not been able to find the ones that you will wear and not feel any pains. Probably one of my favorite things about these earphones is the case. It is very small, not heavy, and very pocket friendly. I mean, it does feel cheap compared to most of the cases that I've used, but honestly, if all the cases could be this small, or even not as small as this, but around this size, then 100% count me in. This case I am happy to put in my pocket and go out with it. It doesn't feel uncomfortable for me and it blends well with the other things in my pocket. But like I said earlier, the case feels very cheap, and I feel like if I'm not too careful with the case, I may end up breaking it. But that has not happened yet, and I hope it never happens. Also, when you put the earphones back into the case so they can charge, the lights on the case stay on. I don't find the lights too bright to look at, so that's good. One more thing I'll say about the case is that it's not the easiest to use when you are trying to remove the earphones, so just be careful so you don't accidentally drop them. Overall, I like how simple the case is, and I believe that with enough feedback, they are going to be creating better cases in the future. Hopefully they keep the cases around this size. When it comes to sound quality, I mean, I would not say that these earphones are great for that, but they are good enough, especially if you consider the price. There is no heavy bass. Like if you listen to music that has a lot of bass, you will hear the bass, but it's not going to be heavy. And like I said earlier, the earphones, they don't block out external sound, because as you wear them, you'll be able to hear what is happening around you. So those external sounds will also interfere with how you're listening to music. But one thing I would say that I like, which is very impressive actually, is that the earphones can get very loud. To be honest, I have not been able to listen to music at the highest volume because of how loud the earphones can get. So even though the audio is not up to the standards of earphones like the Space Buds, just know that the Infinix Buds Lite are not afraid of being loud. These earphones do not come with a lot of features, and one thing that I was surprised by is the fact that the earphones were made compatible with this app. I believe the app wasn't made specifically for the Buds Lite because other earphones can be seen here, but it's impressive that the earphones even work with the app. With the app, you can customize a few features like this option called EQ Sound. Not sure if it means equalizer, but you just control the bass and other options. It's probably something you'll set once and forget about. Also, there's a game mode. I haven't really tested it because I have been busy a lot, but maybe in the future I'll make a short video talking about how good gaming is while wearing these earphones. One thing that made me realize that I will not be using these earphones maybe long term is because of how they are controlled, like how you can use them to control your music. Like, this is where the sensor is. All the earphones that I've used have their sensors close to the top, and I'm already used to that. The placement here makes it uncomfortable for me to use the earphones to control my music, so I just use my phone to do that instead. And even if you decide to use the earphones to control your music, well, one thing is that there is no feedback. Most of the earphones that I've used, if you tap the sensor, you're going to hear like a beep or a tick sound. But with these ones, there's no sound. So you may just sit there hoping that you are tapping the right place. So unless you feel like you'll be learning how to use the sensors, or you may be using your phone to control your music, well, I feel like you will lose control when you use these earphones. Also, you don't get things like noise cancellation and transparency mode, but that's expected. When it comes to using the earphones to make phone calls, well, I use them to make normal phone calls as well as WhatsApp phone calls. And the people I called, well, nobody complained about like audio quality. Everybody said they could hear me very well. I even asked like, can you hear me? And they were like, yes, what's going on? I don't normally want people knowing that I am calling them to test out my earphones, because maybe that's when they will try to get like nitpicky about what is happening. So I just call them like normal. So yeah, from the test so far, like calling people, everything went well. Nobody complained. But then I did my own test, and that's when I started to get not good results.
Alright, so I'm making this phone call using the Infinix Buds Lite, and this is what it sounds like. Alright, so I've switched to my phone's microphone, and this is what it sounds like. I'm making this call using the Redmi Note 13. Okay, I've switched back to the earphones, the Bluetooth earphones, and now you can tell how it sounds.
Honestly, I'm not really sure what to conclude about these earphones when it comes to phone calls. But like I said, nobody has complained about audio quality being bad, so maybe I just have to do more tests on my own. The battery life on these earphones is very good. After around 2 hours of use, I had 80% left. And as for the price, I got the earphones on Jumia for around 13,000 naira. So maybe in the future the price will be different, so keep that in mind. Alright, so that's all I have to say about these earphones. For me, like I said, because of the control part, I will not be using these earphones anymore. But if you feel like you are okay with controlling the earphones by tapping this way, then I guess you can go for it. Also, don't forget that when you tap, there is no feedback. So you may tap and wait. If nothing happens, then you have to tap again. I am not ready for that. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you found the video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more videos like this. I'll be seeing you in the next one. Ask me any questions you may have. Take care and bye-bye.